need a breath. So, I am so grateful for all of you joining me today for the meditation. I know that we are each here by divine appointment and with divine purpose. My name is Melissa Tuff. I am a practitioner here, and I am so glad to see all of you who are here in person and those who are joining us virtually. So I'd like us all to just settle into a space of peace and relaxation. Begin by allowing yourself to relax into a comfortable position. If you haven't already, allow your eyes to gently close and tune into the body, making any minor adjustments necessary for you to relax. It can be helpful to set intentions of ease, grace, and awareness. Repeat this in your mind. Ease, grace, and awareness. Sit in such a way that feels comfortable, yet alert. We will start with a few minutes of breath concentration, just to help our minds settle and arrive in our present time experience. As you allow the body to fall into a natural pattern of breathing, see where it is that you can feel the breath. It may be in the stomach or abdomen, where you feel a rising and falling. As you feel the body breathing, try to stay with the breath all the way through. Now shift your attention to where you are seated. Begin to feel the connection of your body to the chair, cushion, bed, or mat, and feel its connection to the floor. Reflect on the connection of the floor to the building you are in. And its connection to the earth farther below. Allow your awareness to expand to include the earth below you. Feel that sense of being supported by the earth, and allow yourself to rest in this space. You are safe. You are protected. You are supported. And you can breathe in and out with ease throughout your body and mind. Feel how the earth rises up to support and embrace you. There is nothing more you need to do, nowhere you have to go, and no one you have to be. You are held in the heart of compassion, and you allow everything else to fall away. Bring to mind someone you would hold this way. Reflect on your loved ones being held the same way, with safety, support, and ease of body and mind. Reflect on how the earth holds all beings equally, whether they are acquaintances, strangers, or those we experience difficulties with. The earth holds them the same, with no bias, no discrimination, no separation. Reflect on how this earth holds all beings, forsaking none, whether they be small or large. Reflect on how this earth does not exist in a vacuum, that it is connected to a solar system and a vast universe. We are all interconnected. Our bodies, the earth, the sun, and the stars are composed of the same matter, the same basic particles joined in different ways. Feeling into that sense of connection and interconnection, that we are all made of stardust. Feel that sense of being home within your body and mind, with a true sense of belonging and connection. Return your attention to the breath. Just breathing in and out, feeling the grace of the ebb and flow of the universe. No isolation nor separation. Feeling that sense of connection and interconnection, and being at home in your being. Nothing more you need to do, nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to push away. Imperfectly perfect as you are, rest in the heart of this universe. Let well wishes form. May all beings here and everywhere dwell in peace. Gently bring your attention back to the room, again feeling the support of the floor beneath you, the surface on which you are seated, the people who surround you. I invite you to carry this feeling of support and interconnectedness with you throughout your day. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining me this morning for our meditation, and stay right there because our Sunday celebration will begin in just a few moments. Namaste.
Good morning. Today we're going to have the Little Big Love Band. And we're going to get you to stand with us, join us in the opening song, and be my chorus. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When spirit walks. When spirit walks. When spirit walks. It washes my fears away. Oh, a happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When spirit walks. When spirit walks. When spirit walks. It washes my fears away. Oh, a happy day. God taught me how. Oh, he taught me how. Taught me how to love Him. Oh, yes, oh, yes. And sing rejoicing. Oh, and sing rejoicing. Every day. Oh, yes, oh, yes. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When spirit walks. When spirit walks. When spirit walks. It washes my fears away. Oh, a happy day. Oh, a happy day. Oh, a happy day. Oh, a happy day. Oh, a happy day.
Hey. Were you singing, Joe? Were you singing? That's awesome. We got Joe singing this morning even. Yay. Good morning, good morning. Wherever you are on your spiritual path, please know that you are welcome here. Um, this is the Center for Spiritual Living, and I am Reverend Shel Redfern. I am the spiritual director of this beautiful place. Oh, aren't you kind? You guys, thank you. Thank you. We believe we are co-creators with the divine and that you can change your entire life by changing your mind, right? Change your thinking, change your life. What we teach here is based on ancient wisdom and what's at the core of all of the great teachings, all of the philosophies. That's what we teach here. And I think that brings us together, as a whole world, really, just looking at what's fundamental in all teachings. And so that's what we bring out and talk about here. We also base our teachings on contemporary teachers like Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra. We're about to start the Four Agreements class. That's Ruiz. Don Miguel Ruiz. Do I have that right? Okay. Don Miguel Ruiz. So lots of different things that we look at here because there are spiritual truths through all of that. So let's see what we can do and point out the togetherness and the sameness instead of the differences. That's what we like to do. If you have a prayer request, excuse me, we have a very powerful prayer team that would like to hold the high watch for you. So please visit our website, cslcapecoral.org, hit the prayer request button, and that prayer request will be prayed on for an entire week. That's also the way that if you'd like to be added to our e-blast list, visit our website, cslcapecoral.org, hit the contact us button, and let us know that you want to hear from us with an e-blast. It comes out twice a week. Monday is our big e-blast. Friday with a reminder about signing up for a Sunday celebration. And so they're pretty brief, both of them, and we don't bombard you. So please do consider signing up for that. Now it is time for a blessing. We bestow a blessing on all of you guys watching at home and each other here. So I invite you guys to stand up and join me with our blessing. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We know who you truly are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. We appreciate you, we love you, and we are thankful you are here. Welcome to the Center.
Brother, I need to talk to you. This might sound strange, and you probably think I'm crazy, and I've lost my mind. Okay, I'm amazing, I'm incredible, I'm a miracle, a dream come true. I'm marvelous, I'm beautiful. Guess what? So are you. People, it's becoming clear. I can feel it down in my soul. I know that I am you, and you are me. Oh, oh. And I'm grateful for the simple things that we take for granted every day. Listen, I can walk, I can talk, I can use my mind. Okay, I'm amazing, I'm incredible, I'm a miracle, a dream come true. And I'm marvelous, I'm beautiful. Guess what? So are you. That don't mean we're better than anyone or anything. It's a call to come together, and it's their responsibility. And be amazing, incredible. You're a miracle, a dream come true. And I'm marvelous, I'm beautiful. Guess what? So are you. Guess what? So are you. That's right, so are you.
Great job. Really good. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Gidley. I'm licensed practitioner here at Center for Spiritual Living, and I am here to do the reading today. So, I wanted to start off today's talk is about living as compassionate conduits, and a couple of the things that were in this today I wanted to bring out. The first one I'd really liked here was prayer is like a seed. Contained within the prayer is the answer already, just as the oak tree is contained within the acorn. The other thing here is nothing is against you. The universe is fully supporting you at all times. So now I would like to go into the reading. I am using today the 365 Science of Mind book. I'm not using today's, but I found something in here that really goes well with today's message. And it is on page 110. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It is not. It's on page 78. And it's called Givingness. There can be no real gift unless the giver goes with it. Giving includes more than the giving of money or things. It includes the giving of service or whatever we have to others. But always the gift and the giver must go hand in hand. The surrender of everything we have and everything we are into the joy of its own self-expression. This is the way that God gives. This is the way we should give. Real giving is the art of transmitting ourselves to others and to the conditions and situations that surround us. The kind of giving is not something for special occasions only, for it should become a habit growing out of our desire to live life to the fullest extent. Only that which becomes an inward habit of thought can spontaneously flow from the heart and transmit itself into everything we touch. Just as life belongs to the one who lives it, to the one who takes it, so the fuller the life belongs only to the one who scatters every good he has. It is by giving of oneness to every person, every project, and every association with zest, love, and friendliness that one sees the larger possibility in all things. Beauty instead of ugliness, love instead of hate, the divine hidden within the human. Today and every day, it is my desire that what life has given to me so abundantly shall be shared with others. I desire to share this realization of indwelling presence with everyone. In this consciousness, I say, bless you, my friend. I desire for you health, happiness, and success. I desire for you love, peace, and joy. I desire for you the benediction of the kingdom of God here upon earth. And I'll take this into prayer. Right here, right now, knowing that there is only one truth, one God, one infinite intelligence. And I know that I am one with that God, with all of the aspects and attributes of God, knowing that each and every one here also is one with all of the attributes, the love, the peace, the joy, the infinite intelligence. And knowing this, going about this day, bringing forth the great higher vibrations that indwells within us, and expressing the pureness of God, expressing, coming through us and being that experience that we are, and knowing that all of this is towards givingness. In giving, there has to be one who receives as well. So without having someone receive, the giver cannot give. And in that, we share each and every other, in each and every other's life, that good God, glorious feeling that exudes from each and every one of us, knowing that all there is good, because good is God, and God is good. And knowing this, I am so very grateful for each and every one here today, personally and virtually, expressing their own individualization of God. And knowing this truth, gratefully, I anchor this into the divine, knowing that it is already done. And together we can say, and so it is.
So it is.
Sorry. And, okay, now we will have Reverend Shell come up here and give a beautiful message for each of us to have.
She does great for a newbie, doesn't she? She does. She does really great for a newbie. Thank you, Karen. Excellent. What is God giving you? Is our topic for today. What is God giving you? And that song was just perfect. You know, some of the things that we take for granted. I can walk, I can talk, I can use my mind. That's what God's giving us in every day. Wonderful Keb Mo song. You will be hearing more Keb Mo songs just because I love him. He's just a wonderful, wonderful person. So, the notes today for today's talk were created by the Spiritually Motivated Social Engagement Committee from Home Office. And I'm giving them credit because I did use quite a bit. As Karen indicated, the notes were really good for today. And I did use quite a bit of what was in the notes for the talk today. So I want to give credit where credit is due. And they started out like this. If it is true of God, it must be true of us because we are manifestations of God. We are made in the image and likeness of God. Now, Jesus taught this, right? That all of us are made in the image and likeness of God. And we believe that here at the Center for Spiritual Living, that we are made in the image and likeness of God. So then, if it is true of God, it's true of us. That's kind of like mind-blowing, isn't it? Do we think of ourselves as that capable most of the time? We are creative beings here to create. That is our purpose, is to create. And so that is a really different way of looking at things than a lot of people look at it. So what does that mean for us? What does this really mean in day-to-day everything? What does this mean for us? It means pay attention to your ideas. We were talking about this. I'm working with a mental equivalence class. It just started yesterday. So much fun. But we were talking about this yesterday in the mental equivalence class. Because Mary Morrissey would say, ideas are the currency of God. Ideas are how God speaks through us or to us. When we come up with an idea, and especially the ideas that really jazz you, the ones that you go, oh, that would be so much fun. Oh, that I could do that. And then we get in our own way sometimes, right? Because it's too good. It's too big. It's unfathomable. But if we're having the idea, guess what? It's ours to do. And we do have the gifts, and we do have the talents, and we do have the resources, because we're not gifted with an idea if those things aren't already in place, if the support isn't already in place. That's the cool part. But it's remembering that in the moment, and the next moment, and the next moment. So how do we experience God every day? By paying attention to our ideas. So hand in hand with this is we also have to pay attention to our beliefs. Are our beliefs expansive, or are they limiting? And there are so many beliefs that are underneath the surface that we don't even know are there, because we accept these beliefs as truths. That this is just reality, folks. How many times are we told that? This is reality, folks. Just accept it. This is the way it is. You can't change that. I don't believe that's true of anything. Nothing. There are capital T truths that are unchangeable, and that's love and joy and peace and abundance and all the attributes of God. That's generally not what people are saying when they're saying, this is reality, folks, just accept it. That's generally not what they're saying at all. So for those of you at home, on the screen is a picture of a rose and a $100 bill. So my question to you is, which one of these things is more spiritual, the rose or the $100 bill? Oh, you guys are good. Most people wouldn't say that. I'm so glad. What they're saying in-house here is they're the same. There's no difference between the rose and the $100 bill. Most people would say the rose is more spiritual. It's more of God because it's natural and it's nature. And, that's money. That's dirty stuff. That's whatever. These are underpinning beliefs that I'm very happy to hear that the people in-house today don't have. There is no spiritual difference between a $100 bill and a rose. None. 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 That's like there's no difference between me and Deb sitting here, me and Gary sitting here. There's zero difference between us. It doesn't matter that Gary's male, I'm female. It doesn't matter that Gary's younger, I'm older. We are one. We are one. We're one in the same thing. There's no separation whatsoever. And the more that we can grasp that idea, the better our life is. Because then we don't have adversaries out there. We have brothers and sisters everywhere. It doesn't matter what their opinions are. It doesn't matter what their beliefs are. It doesn't matter. They are still our brothers and sisters in love. Because we're immersed in this God thing. We are in love all the time. So, working in the absolute, which is what we're doing here today, we're talking about working in the absolute. We're really, how do we have God, this God thing, this absolute thing work with us, for us, is an awakening. And it's an awakening to the truth and what your limiting beliefs are. Okay? Now, this awakening can happen at levels. We have basic levels and we have advanced levels of working with spirit. So what does that look like? We're going to do a little meditation here. And it's going to kind of take you through being at the basic level all the way up through the advanced level. Are you guys willing to play? Cool beans. Okay, so I invite you to just get comfortable wherever you are. And now, if you're comfortable, close the outer eye. And imagine yourself inside of a very dark house, dressed in a swimsuit. You are cold. You wish for warmth, and you wish for light. So you step outside of the door and into sunlight, out into nature. You go out to your lounge chair and you lie down and sunbathe. You feel the warmth and light penetrating your being. You feel so good, no longer cold. You see a tree near you, and you see how it takes in the rays of the sun, turning sunlight into energy and food. It is like you, a sunbather, absorbing light and warmth. Now you look at the sun, and you feel your being begin to expand and to rise out of your seeing. You're moving towards the sun. You meld into the sun. You are the sun. You are radiating out your light upon the trees and the plants, on nature, shining your light out into solar panels so that people can convert it to energy. People are sitting and absorbing your rays. Feel what it is like to give out from an inexhaustible supply. Feel the difference of being the sun and being the sunbather. Feel the connection between the two. Now bring your attention back to this place and time. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Sharp meditation. Was that cool or what? What an interesting idea. Going from cold, removed, detached, into the warmth, seeing the warmth, recognizing the warmth, feeling the warmth, really absorbing the warmth, and then becoming the sun itself. And that's what these beginning versus advanced. And it actually brought to mind the 4 stages of consciousness by Michael Beckwith, which I bring to the table at least once a year because I think they are that important. For those of you that have not experienced these before, they are wonderful. The 4 stages of consciousness by Michael Beckwith. Stage 1 is to me. And these are folks that we know. Generally, the folks sitting in these seats watching at home are not in the to me state anymore. This is the first stage, and this is when we believe that we have no control of our life and we see ourselves as the victim. Life is happening to me. I have no control. These are folks that often beseech a God that's outside of them, asking for guidance, asking for their life to change, because I don't know why you're doing this to me, Lord, but I can't take much more. And they don't even have to be religious. We know a lot of other folks that talk about how life is happening to them and are a victim of their circumstances. We know people like this, right? Most people watching this right now are not here. Because the minute that you start into this philosophy, our basic premise is we are responsible for what shows up as our life. That's a hard premise. That's why there are a lot of people not here. Because it's easier to stay in victim and say life's happening to me and I have no responsibility. That's so much easier than standing here saying, yeah, I'm responsible for everything that shows up as my life. All of it. The good, the bad, all of it. 2, by me. Now we start to observe our thoughts. We take ownership in our beliefs. We take ownership of what's going on. We take ownership. It's also when we start to play with the energy that we can call God, and we start manifesting stuff. And it can be like, if you've ever read the book E Squared, have you heard of that book? E Squared? Really fun little book, E Squared. It's where you play with energy and you prove its existence in your life, and you start manifesting stuff. And you can manifest things like parking lot or parking places right at the front of the lot, right by the store door. That's what I'm looking for. Close to the entrance. There. That's concisely put. But you can manifest these parking places. How do you do that? You create a mental equivalent of an open space and you see your car in it. And you know that it's there and you believe that it's there and you turn the corner and go, wow, it's there, huh? And did you just hone in on something that was already available? I think so, yes. Because we don't have the idea unless we're supported by the idea, right? That just proves my point. It's not coincidence. It's the way it works. If you have an idea, if you have a thought, right where you are is the answer to that problem, to that desire, right where you are. We just have to make ourselves available to it. So in stage 2, we start to make ourselves available to these things. And we start playing with the energy that we are, the energy that we are in. We start to observe our thoughts and our beliefs and take ownership. 3, through me. Usually, through me happens when things get tough. And we have to surrender to something greater than us. Now, if we're in phase 2, we're feeling pretty powerful. I can manifest stuff. I can do this. I've got this. And sure you do. But surrender, I hated this word. I did. I fought this word. Because if I can take control of my life, if I can co-create my existence, why do I need to surrender? Because there's something greater seeking to emerge than I have given space for. That's why you have to surrender. That's why. God's got bigger ideas for us than we can even conceptualize if we create the space for them. So often our life will fall apart so that we can create that space. It looks like chaos. It looks like crap. And what it is something greater seeking to emerge by means of you. And it's at that point that we can finally say, all right, I know that there's only good. I know that there's only God because we've been in two. I know that there's only good and only God. I don't know why this is happening, but I'm ready to see the good that's in it. And we surrender. That's stage 3. Now we create a space of allowing for Spirit to work through us, where we don't have to be in control, but we're actually observing, going, wow, look at how this is unfolding. Holy smokes, I couldn't have figured that out in a million gazillion years. And it always turns out better than expected. Always. Always. And it can look like crap going in. But guess what? We've got to release the things that aren't serving us or aren't serving that grander idea. And sometimes that looks crappy. But something greater is seeking to emerge. So we've got to give it the space to do just that. That's stage 3. 4, as me. This is us as the sun. This is us radiating out. This is us knowing we are spirit in form. Really, really knowing that, both on an intellectual level and on a spiritual level. Generally speaking, people touch into this a few times in a lifetime. Master teachers like Jesus lived from this space. He knew what he knew, and he lived from that space much of his life. We understand that nothing is wrong and nothing is right. It just is. Things lose their polarity. They just are. And we become observers and spreaders of love and peace, knowing that everything is unfolding for each and everyone's highest and best, always, and in all ways. Now, this is not a scale that you start at 1, and then you go to 2, and then you go to 3, and then you go to 4. It's like the stages of grief. Are you familiar with the stages of grief? And the stages of grief, you don't go from the first to the second. You don't go from denial to, I can't think of them all right now, but you just don't go from one to the next. It's more like an elevator. I read that in a book one day on grief, that there's an elevator, and sometimes it goes from the first floor to the 5th, and sometimes it goes from the 5th to the 2nd, sometimes from 2nd to 3rd, and it just goes up and down, and it's kind of random in how it works. So are these stages. They're kind of random in how they work. Some days we do wake up and we find ourselves in victim. I still do. I can catch myself at it, and there are just areas of my life where I tend to go to victim before I go to, oh, come on, Shell. You know better than this. Are you listening to what you're thinking here? Hello? You teach this stuff. It doesn't mean I don't go to victim every here and there. We all do. We're having a human experience. But more and more, I'd like to see myself at 4, for sure. I can certainly hang around 2 most of the time. And 3, even there too. So it's not a, okay, first we got this and then this. It's not a graduation kind of thing. It is something that's flowing all the time. But awareness of it and awareness of what it means and what it means in our life is kind of a good thing. So, back to the question that we started with at the beginning. So what is God giving us? God is giving us whatever we allow. Isn't that stinky? If there's something missing in our life, it's not that it's being withheld, it's that we aren't making ourselves available for it. God will give us whatever we allow. And what Spirit wants for all of us is happiness and peace and well-being and health and perfection. Because it's living its life by means of us. Why wouldn't it want it for that itself? Of course it does. This is a piece of writing by the same guy that did the meditation that you guys experienced. I got to get the book that he wrote because I really like his approach in his writing. It is like someone walking a tightrope across a gorge. There must be those who go across to prove to others that it can be done, that the rope can be trusted. Isn't that an interesting idea? We won't be the first, but if somebody else proves it to be so, then okay, it can be done. We can go. It'll work. Oops, hit the wrong one. There we go. God seems like a tightrope across a gorge to many, when actually it's a wide highway along which you can travel at any speed you wish. What a nice analogy, isn't it? There's nothing risky about surrendering to Spirit. It's a wide highway that'll open up for you the minute that you do. And you can travel it at any speed you wish. Do not allow the divine to be your tightrope. Let it be a motorway. What a lovely visual, isn't it? Great piece of writing. And that's David Spangler. For those of you watching at home, David Spangler quote. Of course, the question on everybody's mind. What would Ernest Holmes say? Of course. So glad you asked. I found in my brochures that I always talk about that I downloaded from the SOM archive. This is actually from a radio show, his radio show, this thing called Life. It was recorded on July 2nd, 1950. And the name of the talk is Faith Means Freedom. I love Ernest. You can see I just love this reading already. Okay, I'll get it. When Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe," he not only announced a law of faith, he explained how it works. If there is a law of faith, it is right where you are, and it will operate like any other law in nature. For instance, it will work like the law of gravitation, which automatically holds everything in place. But so far as you are concerned, it will hold personal things where you place them. You cannot change the law of gravitation. You can change your position on it. As you shift objects around in the position that seems desirable to you, it will hold them there. Suppose you want to change the position of the furniture in your room. You move the piano from one place to another. This is an act of choice on your part. Perhaps you wish to move the stove into the living room. This might seem a bit eccentric, but the law doesn't question it. I love that. You might want to move the stove into the living room, but gravity still works the same way, whether it's a couch, a piano, or a stove. It automatically holds things where you place them. It operates upon your decision. Jesus proclaimed a law of faith that acts upon your belief in like manner. Not only is there a law which does something for you, but doing so, it is limited by your belief. This is an important thing to remember. I think so too. I think so too. So how about we take this into prayer? So settling into the right here, right now, knowing together there is a power and a presence, that it is right where we are. It is all that we are. It is all that is. It is where we are standing. It is what we are standing with. There is not a spot that Spirit, God, life is not. It is our very essence. It is our breath. It is closer than our hands and feet. It is every desire that we have. It is every idea that comes into our head. The Spirit wishing to take form as it can only do by means of us. So from this day moving forward, let us be open conduits for this Most High Spirit. Let us allow more love and joy and peace and prosperity to unfold as our life experience. Right now, we are cultivating an opening within, open mind, open heart, open soul to what is seeking to pour through us, give to us, express as us. It is right where we are. Everything that we desire. And right now, we have created the availability to see it, hear it, think it, know it as never before. So I am so grateful for the outpicturing of Spirit as each and every life here. I am so grateful. And it is in this gratitude that I release my word into law, knowing it is already done. So I invite you to claim this with me by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Shell. You never fail to inspire us. Wasn't that great? I just come up to Reverend Shell after service many times and say, you just said exactly what I needed to hear. And she says, that's how Spirit works. So, my name is Kay Atwood. I'm part of the Leadership Council. And what I'm here to ask you, and well, first of all, to thank you for all the donations that have been coming in. I know it's tough during these COVID times, but you continue to support your spiritual home, and we are so very grateful. Because the money that we get not only helps with the expenses here, like a roof repair and air conditioning repair and those things that are, happening. But we also send the money to different organizations. So we practice the law of circulation. And the ways we distribute your generous donations are to the Cape Coral Caring Center, which distributes food and financial assistance throughout Cape Coral and the community. Hearts and Homes for Veterans, Cape Coral Police Children's Programs, and Human Trafficking Prevention. And we donate every week to help them. It's not just a lump sum. And your gifts help us provide for the Cape Coral community, and it expands beyond your spiritual home. And a percentage of your tithe, as I said before, does go toward operational expenses as well. So how can you donate? We have thought of so many ways. I don't think we've left anything out. You could text to 239-320-3820. Use PayPal, which is paypal@cslcapecoral.org. Use the donate button on our website, which is cslcapecoral.org. And you could mail a check to the Center for Spiritual Living, Cape Coral, 406 Southeast 24th Avenue, Cape Coral, Florida, 33990. You could set up an automatic withdrawal, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. And of course, when you're using Amazon, if you go to smile.amazon.com, there is a button where you can select a charity of your choice, and a portion of your purchase goes to that charity, which would be CSL Cape Coral. So as you leave here today, for those of you who are here at the center, there are blue containers on each side of the exit door with our logo on it, and we would appreciate if you have a tithe or donation. And if you have one now, if you would hold it in your hand. If not, place your hand over your heart and join me as I speak our tithing affirmation. And you can join me, please. Today, I know the activity of divine abundance is at work in my life and the life of the center. I give and receive generously as I live in the flow of bountiful good. And now I speak a word of blessing. With appreciation and love, I accept these offerings and gifts. Divine love through me blesses each gift and each giver. I know that all that has been given here circulates to do great works, both within this spiritual community and in the world at large. Standing in gratitude, I release these words. So please join me in saying, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Kay. I just realized that I forgot to go through the announcement slides. If you are interested in joining Spiritual Principles and Practices, my class on Tuesday, we've met once. You can still join this week, but as of this week, it'll be closing. So fully online, Tuesdays at 6:30. Please reach out to me directly, revshell@cslcapecoral.org, if you are interested in joining us for the rest of the class. Same thing with mental equivalence. We met for the first time on Saturday, had a blast, and this would be the last week that you could join. Please reach out to me directly, revshell@cslcapecoral.org, if you are interested in that. Prosperity Consciousness Book Club, are they going to be able to join at any time, Malika? You can join that at any time. That's $30 a month. They are currently studying Scientific Christian Mental Practice by Emma Curtis Hopkins. So you can jump into that group at any time. It's being co-facilitated by Malika, is it Davy or Davi? Davy, Malika Davy and Linda Lloyd, two of our practitioners here. So that's fully online as well. That's Wednesdays at 3:30. So let us know if you'd like to join that. Our 50/50 raffle winner was picked last week. It ended up being Cassie, and she won, I want to say $393, meaning that we collected $787. So that is absolutely fantastic. That was so much fun. That was in the space of a week. So that was absolutely amazing. And we're going to be doing that again. We're going to probably do it on a monthly basis and maybe open it up for 2 weeks next time instead of 1 week and see what happens with that. So fully online, so much fun. That's fantastic. Midweek tune-up has changed to just Wednesdays at noon. Wednesdays at noon for midweek tune-up outside here, and it's not online anymore. It's completely live, just here in the back. We meet under the oak trees, and it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. As a reminder, as you exit today, if you're here in this sanctuary, please elbow bump with me outside. We exit through these sliders back here to create a flow. And then if you'd like to visit with each other, we ask that you do it out there. Hopefully it's not raining anymore. Is it still raining, hon? Huh? A little bit, well, the oak trees provide a place where it'll be dry-ish. Yeah? Well, we'll do what we can there to provide an area where at least you can say hello to each other. So we do ask that you do that outside. And now it's time to stand in the light. When we stand in the light, we stand knowing the truth about a situation. I am standing in the light for my puppy Sula, knowing she is whole, perfect, and complete, and mobile, very mobile, right now. I'm standing in the light for all of the unspoken prayers. I invite you to speak your own name into the sacred space. And let us know together there is a healing, revealing going on right here, right now, that all those ideas, those messages, those prayers, written, spoken, thought, it is one mind. They've all been received and are being acted upon by Spirit, by the law, right here and now. And the revelation of truth and health and grace and abundance and love is coming forward as I speak my word. I'm just so grateful for these truths. I'm grateful for those speaking the truth and those receiving the truth. And it is in this gratitude that I release my word into law, knowing it is done. So let's anchor this together by saying, and so it is.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let peace, the peace wash over us. Yeah. We let it be. We let joy, let it fill your heart, let it fill your soul, wash over and over you. We let it be. We let love wash over us, wash over and over us, yeah. We let it be. We let love wash over us, wash over and over us. We let it be. Thank you very much. Come see us next week.